You have to understand that your organization, your company wants you to get things done. And some companies, it's hard to get things done. So if you are the kind of person who still gets things done in the face of friction, in the face of differing opinions, in the face of analysis paralysis, then you are actually doing your organization a good service. But the challenge a lot of us have, particularly PMs, is that in doing so, in serving the organization's objectives, some of our colleagues might feel hurt and they might feel like we've been disagreeable. They might feel like we've been aggressive with them. This is the reality of product life in most places. Okay, so how do you handle this? It took me a while to learn, and I was one of these PMs who got a lot of stuff done, but I was always angry, I was always upset, and in many cases, I let other people see that I was angry and upset. That doesn't go well. So it's a common thing, but you have to learn how to get out of it, and you can get out of it. So in order to understand this, the first question really is, when does a person come across as aggressive, overtly aggressive? Think about that. And they're basically two high-level categories when this is the case. The first kind of situation is when people don't feel heard. They feel like this person is steamrolling over them. And this person just says, yeah, okay, whatever, but we're doing it my way. I'm the PM, so too bad. That's one situation when people don't feel heard. And the second situation is when somebody is exceeding the bounds of decent conduct, ethical conduct, honesty. Sometimes some PMs, unfortunately, say two different things to two different people. They are inconsistent. They will kind of bend the truth sometimes. It happens. And sometimes they'll even cross the line of aggression. As a manager, I've had to deal with these kinds of situations, getting complaints for people on my team. Again, this is bad, and this should not happen. For the second category, I'm just saying don't do it. Absolutely don't do it. Because there's no other solution. You cannot be inconsistent, you should not be dishonest, and you should never cross a certain line. And you all know what the line is. There's a certain line in your organization and you don't cross that line. So just don't. No project is worth that much. Now, for the first one, there is room for ambiguity. In the second one, there's no room for ambiguity. So what do you do? My main suggestion there is that I want you to be uncompromising about the impact. I want you to be uncompromising about the customer experience, while at the same time making clear that you are open to various ways of getting there. As long as you can do that, and as long as you can create that space for exploring the various ways of getting there, people will feel heard. So I want you to be very clear. I'm not saying, well, just give up on the goals, right? Because then you won't be doing the right thing for your organization, for your company, and for your customers potentially. So I don't want you to give up on those goals of getting shit done, but I want you to reframe. I want you to be uncompromising about the impact, and I want you to convey that with confidence and being assertive about it. But then, as soon as you're assertive about it, now change mode to being more open and say, look, I really do think we need to achieve this impact. And here's why. But what I'd like to focus our conversation on is how we can do it. And look, I need more input from everybody on this. I need input on where the blind spots are in the document that's written. So I'd love to invite a discussion on that and do this consistently. So that's my prescription of how to handle this. Again, I want to give you a formula that you can use in many different situations.